couple of weeks ago, I was invited to see John Mayer playing live in concert as part of his solo tour. I'll be honest, I haven't really had that much contact with John Mayer's output, apart from reviewing a couple of guitars that he's put out with PRS over the years, and, like everybody, hearing second-hand versions of his riffs, I guess. However, the invitation came from a long-time internet friend and someone who I'd been dying to meet in person, the wonderful Adam Levy.
She's just too good to be, but I know she's true. Got my joy.
If you're not familiar with Adam's work, please do subscribe to his Guitar Tips YouTube channel and consider joining his Patreon too. There's some amazing stuff there.
Guitar tips, just the tips, just for you. Guitar tips.
And even if you don't know his name, you will have heard his absolutely beautiful playing on iconic albums by Norah Jones and Tracy Chapman and others. He's a legend and just a beautiful dude, and I was really looking forward to meeting him. So I got a train into London, made my way over to Knightsbridge where I met Adam, and we zoomed over to the O2, which is London's Enormo Dome.
Oh yeah, big place, that side of town. That's a big place, you sold it out.
Now I didn't take much footage during the concert. I really wanted to experience it, be in the moment and enjoy it. But here are 6 things that I noticed. I've done some experimentation with rubber bridges, it's not easy to say, with rubber bridges on electric guitars, and I've never been entirely convinced by the results. But John Mayer's support act, Maddie Cunningham, opened her set with a couple of numbers on a rubber bridge guitar, and it sounded amazing. Really dark and moody, atmospheric and kind of spooky at times. I absolutely loved it. In fact, I think I preferred it to the straight acoustic sound she had later on with a really nice Collins Dreadnought. I mean, that was great, but there was something else going on with Rubber Bridge. It reminded me of old Michael Hedges bootlegs that John Gomm gave me a CDR years and years ago. And you can hear Hedges is playing, strings like undersea cables through that Sunrise pickup. And there's all sorts of boing and wanging kind of sounds, really low tuned. Just beautiful. And I heard elements of that in Maddie Cunningham and her Rubber Bridge guitar. John Mayer started his set with pretty much the only one of his songs that I was likely to recognise, Breakdancing in a Frozen Room. I think that's it. And it kicks off with this beautiful, delicious minor 6. Now, if you like, I'd be more than happy to make a video about how I use 6th intervals, most of which I learned from John Remborn. Just let me know in the comments below.
So let's take a look at my amplifier now.
You can bring a Dumble Overdrive Special Amplifier to an acoustic solo gig, because why not? And frankly, who else would do that and get away with it? I mean, that was pretty cool. I like that. A double neck guitar is always going to raise eyebrows. That's kind of what they're there to do. There was one moment, I'm fairly sure this is what happened, where John Mayer played the open strings of the 12-string neck and then used one of these, a Game Changer Audio Plus pedal, in order to sustain those notes into this beautiful synth pads-like texture. Gorgeous. I'm fairly sure that's what happened. smaller guitars sound better than big guitars in big venues. And obviously this is a question of taste, but to my ears, the double O's and the OMs that I heard that night had a lot more articulation and punch and clarity than the Dreadnoughts. Obviously we're going through pickups, but even so, that was something that really stayed with me. A solo performer can fill a stadium. Both John Mayer and Maddie Cunningham had an audience of thousands absolutely silently spellbound while they performed. It was really quite powerful to see. Obviously I didn't want to make this video until the tour was finished. I didn't want to leak any spoilers for people who had tickets and hadn't seen the show yet. I really enjoyed it. John Mayer and especially Maddie Cunningham, first time I'd heard her play, a real discovery there, were just fantastic. But quite honestly, the best bit was hanging out with Adam Levy. We even managed to record a post-gig episode of my podcast for Fretboard Journal, Life on the Fretboards, and that'll be coming down the line soon. In the meantime, there are now 10 episodes. The latest episode with Derek Gripper launched today, so I hope you enjoy them. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay tuned.